Gosh, I'm going to be late for that meeting again. Caught yourself talking to yourself? Ever felt a bit crazy for it? Well, you might just be onto something genius. Believe it or not, talking to yourself is a secret weapon that can transform your life. In the next few minutes, you'll discover why this bizarre habit can give you an edge in life. Stay tuned, because you don't want to miss how this practice could be the key to your success. So, what is really happening when we talk to ourselves? Is it just a way to organize our thoughts, or is there something deeper at play? Perhaps these internal conversations are a window to understanding our deepest emotions and greatest challenges. The inner voice is more than just a habit. It is a powerful tool for self-awareness and mental organization. Lev Vygotsky, a Russian psychologist and developmental theorist, is one of the most notable figures who studied the impact of talking to oneself. He proposed that talking to oneself, or private speech, is a crucial stage in child development. Other notable figures, such as Ethan Kross, a professor of psychology at the University of Michigan, also support this idea. Each whispered word or expressed thought is a piece of a complex puzzle that reveals our true essence. It's as if we are trying to understand ourselves better, resolve internal conflicts, or find the courage to face adversities. A common example is when a child plays alone and talks to their toys. This practice helps the child develop language skills and process experiences. In adults, talking to oneself can help motivate, remember important tasks, or even practice speeches. When we talk to ourselves, we organize our thoughts, plan actions, and calm our anxieties. Let's think of a real example. Imagine John, an executive who often talks to himself while preparing for meetings. He uses these conversations to review important points and feel more confident. For him, talking to himself is an indispensable tool for professional success. Now, a little reflection for you. Have you ever used your inner voice to prepare for an important event or solve a difficult problem? How did it affect your performance? Procrastination. I'm guilty of this one. I struggle with it every time I create a new video for you. It can be lonely being a content creator, talking to you without knowing if you enjoy my content. So, besides liking and subscribing, please consider leaving me a comment. Back to the topic. Procrastination is often associated with an internal struggle between the desire to accomplish a task and the resistance to start. The inner voice plays a crucial role in this battle. Frequently, we use these internal conversations to justify delays or convince ourselves that tomorrow will be a better day to start. My neighbor Maria is a university student who often delays her tasks. She spends hours talking to herself about what she needs to do, but ends up postponing the start of her activities. These internal conversations become a cycle of excuses and empty promises. Studies show that self-compassion and self-acceptance can help break this cycle. When we are kind to ourselves and understand our fears and anxieties, procrastination loses its power. Think of a moment when you procrastinated. What did your inner voice say? How could you transform this conversation to motivate yourself to act? Share in the comments. For family and friends, observing someone talking to themselves can be unsettling or a cause for concern. It's common for parents, spouses, or friends to wonder if something is wrong when they see this practice frequently. However, understanding the function of these conversations can change this perception. Many family members end up accepting and even supporting it when they understand that talking to oneself is a way to process emotions and thoughts. These conversations are a sign of deep self-awareness and an attempt at self-help. One of my best friends, Anna, noticed her teenage son talking to himself while studying. Initially worried, she decides to talk to him and discovers that it helps him concentrate and remember the content better. Instead of repressing him, she decided to support this practice. And you? Have you ever been questioned for talking to yourself? How did your loved ones react? Share your experiences and help demystify this practice. And now the best part. The surprising benefits of inner dialogue. Studies show that this practice can improve memory, increase concentration, and even aid in problem solving. Verbalizing our thoughts reinforces our ability to remember and understand information better. Peter is my jogging partner on Sunday mornings in the park near our homes. He's a programmer who talks to himself while solving complex problems. He discovered that by verbalizing each step, he can identify errors more quickly and find more effective solutions. This method helps him break down intricate tasks into manageable parts, making the overall process less overwhelming. But how can you take advantage of these benefits in your daily life? Imagine you're studying for an important exam. Instead of silently reading your notes, try reading them out loud. You'll engage both your sense of hearing and your mind, reinforcing the material in a way that's more likely to stick. When facing a challenging problem, think about how Peter verbalizes each step. Talking through your thought process can illuminate the solution, just like it does for him. This approach isn't just for complex programming tasks. It works for everyday problems too. For instance, planning your week out loud can help you spot any scheduling conflicts or forgotten tasks before they become issues. Consider the times when your mind wanders. By narrating what you're doing as you do it, you can keep yourself focused and reduce distractions. It's a simple trick that can significantly improve your concentration, whether you're working on a project or just trying to get through your daily chores. If you're trying to remember important information, such as a shopping list or a friend's birthday, repeating it out loud several times can be incredibly helpful. This technique strengthens your memory retention, making it easier to recall details when you need them. And let's not forget self-motivation. Speaking affirmations like, "I can do this," or "I'm making progress," can boost your confidence and keep you motivated, especially when tackling challenging tasks. By weaving these techniques into your routine, you can transform your inner dialogue into a powerful tool for cognitive enhancement. It's not just about talking to yourself. It's about making those conversations work for you, turning silent thoughts into practical strategies for success. Talking to ourselves can have a big impact on our emotions. Our inner voice can be a source of comfort, helping us deal with stress, anxiety, and even loneliness. Expressing our thoughts and feelings out loud often brings relief and clarity, creating a space to process our experiences and reflect on our internal struggles. These internal conversations work like a form of self-therapy, allowing us to explore and better understand our emotions. By saying our fears, hopes, and concerns out loud, we take an important step in recognizing and accepting our feelings. This not only helps us build emotional resilience, but also allows us to find solutions to problems that might otherwise seem overwhelming. Think about a stressful day at work where you felt overwhelmed by deadlines and expectations. By talking through these pressures aloud, you can identify the specific sources of your stress and begin to tackle them one by one. This vocal acknowledgement of stress can make it feel more manageable and less intimidating. Talking to ourselves can also help counteract negative emotions by giving us a platform for positive self-reinforcement. When we consciously speak encouraging words to ourselves, we build a more supportive and positive inner dialogue. This can be really helpful during moments of self-doubt or criticism, turning negative self-talk into a more constructive and uplifting conversation. Consider times when you feel lonely. Engaging in self-talk during these moments can create a sense of companionship, reducing the impact of loneliness. By discussing our feelings out loud, we simulate a conversation that can comfort us until we can connect with others. Internal conversations also help us process complex emotions like grief or disappointment. For example, after experiencing a loss, talking through our thoughts aloud can help us navigate through the stages of grief. This process allows us to express our sorrow, anger, and eventual acceptance, facilitating emotional healing. Self-talk can also help us manage our emotions by helping us identify and name our feelings. This practice of naming emotions can actually decrease their intensity, making them easier to handle. By saying, "I feel anxious about this presentation," we can start to address the underlying causes of anxiety and come up with ways to cope with it effectively. Additionally, self-talk can boost our emotional intelligence by helping us become more aware of our emotional states. This increased self-awareness allows us to respond more thoughtfully to our emotions, rather than reacting impulsively. Over time, this can lead to more balanced and mature emotional responses. Our inner voice is a powerful tool for self-awareness and personal growth. Talking to oneself is not only normal but can be incredibly beneficial. Embracing and understanding this practice is the first step to harnessing its full potential. Now, look inward and ask yourself, how can you use your inner voice to become the best version of yourself? Reflect on this question and share your thoughts in the comments. Remember, the journey to self-discovery begins with a single conversation within yourself. As Albert Einstein once said, the only source of knowledge is experience. Use your inner voice to navigate and enrich your experiences.